Josh looked around the table, surrounded by Dwayne, Kim, Susie, Lucy, Jules, Dave, King Al-Cow, Aleph Council Leader Hamdir, and Overseer Rendar. Okay, so the first piece of business is what to do with the prisoners we have. Lucy, could you begin? Josh looked to her. We currently have nearly 150,000 prisoners who are to serve out a sentence for 7 years and then pay for their freedom after the fact. We have gone through their contracts and magical bindings with Overseer Rendar, and they meet with the Mages Guild and College's guidelines. We are currently determining proficiency and skills to figure out what they would be best at. We want to extend their services to the people of Devil's Crater and the Aleph. Spring is fast approaching, and Devil's Crater would be able to clear and farm more land with their assistance. They would be good for different jobs with the Aleph, and we will make their information available to you if you would desire to have some of them to fulfill their contracts in your residences, Lucy said. Devil's Crater would be very interested in taking on some of their contracts. However, it will take us some time to build the correct facilities for them to live in. Al-Cow tried not to seem too excited by the prospect. The Devil's Crater population had been cut nearly in half by the fight with the demon horde. They were now armed, armored, and better trained than ever before, but they had more people in the DCA than they did working in Unity, or the different sectors of their crater. Having laborers and people who would be willing to work the jobs that demons had been told were below them for years would be a great help. I will have to bring this up to the council. As you know, we are pretty insular. Having people who fought our forces in our cities is sure to rub some people the wrong way, Hamdir said. Josh nodded, expecting as much. The Aleph might be looking to make allies and get to know other people and races, but they were very careful about who they let into their facilities and cities. Dave, how are we looking? Josh asked. Dave made to speak, but yawned instead. Sorry. Okay. So, we've been carving out homes and places all across Terra. In the week since the fight against Esamael's forces, I think all of our allies have asked for a place in Terra. We've got most of their embassies up. The trading district is nearly complete, and the industrial sector is coming online. The refinery is at full capacity, and I have plans to add another power plant in the city for redundancy. The first green tower is complete, and 3 others have been positioned and are being fed power now. They should be complete in a week or 2. So, when can we start bringing more people in here? Josh asked. We can start moving them in now if you want. Shard? Dave seemed to ask the air. A dwarf and elf halfling appeared in the middle of the table. Dave? Shard asked. How are we looking with our systems? Dave asked. I am 80% installed within Terra, and everything looks to be going according to plan. I was able to speed up refinery times, as well as tweak power generation and better coordinate the underground traffic system. I thought we were going to build our own AI, Dwayne said. I thought about it, but instead I gave a binding contract to Shard. Even though he'll be running things here, he won't have complete access. The contract also creates some compartmentalization that will prevent him from sharing what he learns with those outside of the guild leadership, Dave said. It is also very difficult to make an AI, Hamdir said. Yeah, I went through the Aleph's information on it. Dave shook his head with a pained expression on his face. We talked about it before, and I okayed it, Josh said. You were still dealing with the prisoners. Dwayne nodded in understanding. Okay. Lucy, Susie, how is the network coming along? Josh asked. We have been working with the Aleph. The Onos and terminals are ready to go, Susie said. Ono? Josh asked. One-directional teleport pads. We didn't want to call them teleport pads because they're very different, so we're calling them Onos. And before you ask about the terminals, Susie held up a hand to stop him. We figured that we can do the same thing that we did with Devil's Crater in the beginning. Hamdir can probably better explain it.